What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are going to be breaking down another soundtrack. Today we're going to be breaking down some Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yes, we're going to be breaking that down. We're going to be breaking a soundtrack down that I was just skimming through the soundtrack and I came up across this. This sounds really great. So we're going to break it down. We're going to analyze it. We're going to see what's up with it. So let's get into it. I wanted to let it play out, see where they're gonna take it. This soundtrack here, or this specific track, I should say, "The Flames of War," is really inspired by, I would say, a lot of like the Japanese movies. Uh, kind of Bruce Lee, kind of you know, kind of actiony. Uh, those 80s, 70s movies. That was happening within Hollywood and all that and that type of stuff. What I find interesting in this is there's a lot of kind of whirlwind instruments that they're using. Once again, it is inspired by the culture of the Japanese music. Inspired by Japanese music. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's inspired by the tonality of it. It's not very bombastic and classical like a lot of the Western music is. In terms of film or games, it's in your face, it's loud, it's epic, all that type of stuff. And this is epic. This is cinematic. However, they're able to tone it down. This segment here, I want to break this down. Hang on. Right. I just want to also hang on. I need to get my words out. English. That roll there. That's a roll. It's a drum roll. It's the introduction to this. Once again. Brr. And then a little bell hit there. Now it's we're getting into the action. Kind of foot on the ground type of effect. Brr. Then we've got some bass, right? Some bass, some percussion. Not really the main motif of this, the main theme of this. So we have an underlining kind of sub. Maybe it's a brass or maybe it's like a kind of synth kind of bass, but it's just under there. We're playing with the war now. Like it's go time. It's action. Now it's kind of tension building now. So we got the boom, 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 It's kind of setting the scene. You know, I haven't played the game yet. I really want to, but like when maybe there's a cutscene, kind of face on face with someone, and this track plays. Brum, we hear that percussion. Then we hear the kind of the Western standoff type of that's what I'm interpreting in my brain without playing the game, of course. Then we get that. So the whirlwinds is coming in now. Kind of the flutes is coming into effect, right? And that's what's so interesting about this. That like this is the kind of again building that tension. The way it is played sounds like it's played by a real instrument person, a person that obviously plays the instrument. But that comes in so quick, so fast. So maybe this is a soundtrack for Naue, you know, kind of spying and kind of very light on her feet type of, assassin. Because that came in really quick, but that's setting the scene for this war. Right there. But it's almost like a sword slicing you. That's how it's kind of set up. That's almost like how like well this instrument's being played right now because they're setting it up like a sword attack. You feel it. It's got the bit of the metallic sounding coming through the speakers with the clash, and a lot of the percussion it erodes at the same time. Get the final piece of that note, then the clash with the percussion hits. Now we get the percussion. So now the war has been set. The stage has been set. 15 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you set the scene for a soundtrack. It's only 2 minutes and 11, but right there, 15 seconds. No hanky pokey. No, it's just there. Imagine that you're storytelling. You just want to get to the point. You want to show, not tell. You know, that's what they're doing. So this bit I find very interesting. It reminds me of like some Mulan type of uh, energy here. And what I mean by that is the instruments are being played, and it really is paying homage to the culture. But they could have, and this is what I mean, like the difference between kind of different scores, if you will. This year would be the perfect time to go bombastic, strings, violins, drums. But in this moment, they use it to calm. Which is paying homage to kind of Japanese culture. In the heat of war, a lot of Japanese soldiers, or you know, uh, even in Assassin's Creed, they're calm. They're very one with themselves, and while a lot of the Western world is so crazy and so they're just calm. So in the heat of war, they remain calm. And in that score there, once again, the kind of the flute, the whirlwind instrument is being played beautifully right there, kind of setting the stage. But right there, could have gone epic, could have gone bombastic, could have gone crazy. Right here, see this part here? That's the motif. Right there. As we just get a lovely bass guitar, just play right there. Just listen. Oh, so that's the motif. This is the motif, the leitmotif for this track. There's probably a 4, 5, maybe 6 layers. it's very, minimalistic, right? In a sense of keeping things, you know, grounded without using so many different layers. You can have one layer and it still hits the same. So as aspiring composers, again, write that down as a little bit of a note. You can have very little and still achieve a lot, in our soundtracks, if you will. But that's probably it in terms of this soundtrack. It's very minimalistic. It does set the scene. It pays homage once again to the Japanese, culture, the musical culture especially. So that is certainly, a lot to enjoy about this track. Man, this soundtrack at the moment, I'm gonna have to do like a special video and just listen track 1, 2, 3. I mean, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see something like that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you want me to react to. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, of course, to the old business. And until next time, bye bye.